Alrighty, easy today. Maximum difference by remapping a digit. You're given an integer num. You know that Bob will sneakily remap one of the 10 possible digits 0 to 9 to another digit. Return the difference between the maximum and minimum values Bob can make by remapping exactly one digit in num. Okay. When Bob remaps a digit d1 to d2, Bob replaces all occurrences of d1 num with d2. Bob can remap a digit to itself, in which case num does not change. Bob can remap different digits for obtaining minimum and maximum values respectively. The resulting number after remapping can contain zeros, leading zeros. Okay. Huh. Okay. So here, I guess the smallest it could make would be, the biggest it could make would be remap the 1 to a 9 maybe. And the smallest it could be would be remapping the 8 to a 0 or the 1 to a 0. Remapping the 1 to a 0. To achieve the maximum, Bob remaps the 1 to a 9, getting this. To achieve the minimum, Bob remaps the 1 to a 0, achieving 890. Okay. So this one, so I guess logically, minimum is going to be easiest. Must be min is obtained by remapping whatever the leading digit is. Leading digit of num to 0, right? That's the only way that's going to be, or there's really no other way to make it smaller, right? So that's fairly straightforward. And I guess the same, and the other thing would be for maximum, max is obtained by remapping the first non-9 leading digit to 9. So if it starts with a 9 already, then you don't remap it, or you remap the second digit. But then if it starts with a 9, or if it doesn't start with 9, like a 1, then you remap that to a 9. So for instance, this one already starts with a 9. So you remap the 0 to a 9, it becomes 99. And for the minimum, it'd be remapping the 9 to a 0, so it becomes 00 or just 0. Okay. So pretty straightforward how best to do this. Remapping. I guess maybe if I make this into a integer array, and then I do it based on integer array. So here I'll convert string to int array. Alright, time to think through my Python syntax and see if I can't fumble my way to it. So I think it's going to be int array is equal to the list of mapping to an integer the string array. Num is always integer. So the string of the num. Let's go ahead and print int array. This makes sense. So string num. It might be. There might be a faster way of doing this, but this seems okay-ish. I think this is the correct syntax. Okay, yeah. So convert the string to the num to a string. Use map to convert each character of that string into an integer. That becomes a list. I think this list is necessary, otherwise it doesn't know what to do with the, or it doesn't have an ordering of the mapping. Yes, the map object. Okay, yep. Oof. Always a adventure trying to figure out how I did that right. Okay, so you have the map, you have your integer array, then search for the minimum. I'll just convert everything. I'll convert the, so I'll do the minimum first. Min calculation, make first digit of the array, which is the leading digit, to be 0. And since it's this one's guaranteed to not be 0 already, so the first digit convert to map to 0. So I can maybe say first digit is equal to int array at 0 for every value. Okay, let's say min is equal to 0. Min value is equal to 0 for every value, for every digit in the integer array. If the digit matches the first digit, then I'm just going to do min value times equals 10, else min value times equals 10 plus the digit. This is equivalent to min value times equals 10 plus, or min value equals min value times 10. This is min value equals min value times 10 plus digit. And I'll just go ahead and print that out to make sure that works. Okay, yeah, so this converts the 1s to 0, it'll be 00890, which is 890. And this converts the 9 to a 0, which becomes 00, which is 0. Just going through the process, digit is iterating through each value, starting with the leading digit of the integer array. So for instance, if it's like, let's say my num is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and digits can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through each loop. And then the first digit is 1, so when the digit's 1, that means min value just doesn't change. Otherwise, min value is going to be 10 times what it was before plus the digit. So like normally if you didn't have this if statement, you just did min value times 10 plus digit, min value becomes the same as the whole integer over the full loop. Because like min 1, and then min 10 plus 2, which is 12, becomes 12 times 10, which is 120 plus 3, which is 123. Yeah, so hopefully that is pretty straightforward. Then for the maximum calculation, this is make first non 9 digit to 9. Okay, so how do you find the first non 9 digit? So you can iterate through how do you find the first non 9 digit? Because there could be a bunch of 9s in the front. You have to kind of know that. So I think maybe I can try for every digit in int array. Let's say first non-9 is equal to -1 for the time being. Actually, I could say maybe it's equal to the starting value. Makes sense. Oh, first non-9. What can I say this is? Int array. I could maybe make it -1. If the digit doesn't equal 9 and the first non-9 is equal to -1, then the first non-9 becomes this digit. Okay, and then from there on, if so, the max value would be equal to 0 again. If the digit equals the first non-9, then I'm going to do max value times equals max value times 10 plus the 9, replacing it. Else it's just max value equals max value times 10 plus what this digit is. And I'll just print out to make sure this is working correctly. Okay, yeah, it makes the 1s into 9. It makes the 0 into 9. Okay. And then just return the difference between max and min. Okay. Alright, easy enough. Yeah, so have kind of dummy value for the first non-9. If you still have your dummy value and you're at a digit that is not 9, then you can replace your dummy value. And then from there on out, when you see a digit that matches your dummy value, your replacement value, then you want to replace it with a 9. So that's why it's +9 here. Otherwise, you keep the current digit. Alright, summary. This is going to be, could I make this into a single for loop? I guess I do iterate through all the digits for each loop. So I guess maybe I could do one for loop that goes something like that kind of combines this stuff. So I just have 2 if statements, or have if statements for each thing. Yeah, pretty sure that would work. Is there a better way of doing this? I don't know. This seems pretty fine. I don't like having to do an if statement for every digit, but then you're doing replacement, so I'm not sure how you would avoid that. Yeah. How could you avoid that? There's some sort of operation. Again, some sort of direct computation where you're doing something maybe dividing the digit by first digit. If it matches doing the remainder of digit by first digit, that would work because this could have some remainders. Yeah, it's probably not worth trying to figure out a direct computation that replaces the if statements. Okay. So summary have, well, actually easy. What I did was to make it simpler for the calculations. Convert the integer to a string to a array of digits, of integer digits, using this, right? Otherwise, you'd have to do a kind of modular arithmetic. The issue with doing modular arithmetic you can do that, like you do like mod 10 to get the last digit, and then divide that digit out of the number, and then keep on doing that, adding each digit to an array, and then maybe reversing the array. But that's, I think this is more straightforward or less tedious. But from there, then have logic that iterate through values, digits of num in a for loop with appropriate logic to determine what needs to be remapped and do the remapping on the fly as you see the appropriate digits. Keep a min value and max value, where in general, if it's not remapping, min value is equal to the min slash max value is going to equal the previous min or max value times 10 plus the current digit. And replace current digit with mapping as when that is determined, when the current digit matches the digit that you want to map, or the digit that needs to be remapped. Then the logic for determining what digit to remap for min and max value is should be somewhat straightforward. Min value remaps leading digit to 0, and max value remaps leading non-9 digit, leading like first non-9 digit to 9. Right. And then you just have some logic for that. The second part is somewhat maybe a little trickier, but there's probably plenty of ways to do that. And then time complexity can be O of n, to where n is the number of digits in number. Yep. And go through each loop. Each loop goes through a single digit. And then space complexity here. I have an O of n array or digit for digits, but it's quite possible to do this without array, in which case it would be constant. Constant time. All right, cool beans.